In this video, I'm going to react to a critique of the weirdest and worst baseball fields. And welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. This is the place where I react to music, media, sports, anime, anything related to popular culture. I'll watch it with an open mind and give you my 100% honest reaction to it. And if you could please hit that like button early, I'd really appreciate it. Now this is going to be an interesting one. I love these sort of comparisons and like a sort of compare and contrast between stadiums, arenas, rinks, things like that. Just because it really sort of puts on show the uniqueness that some stadiums, baseball fields can have, even though, you know, a baseball diamond is going to be pretty much identical in terms of the layout, but an architect is free with the exterior to kind of, you know, be as creative as he wants to be. So yeah, this video is going to show the weirdest and worst ones. I wonder why. I wonder what is going to be the sort of parameters for deciding what is weird, because, you know, things like taste and, you know, aesthetic design, it's so subjective. What you may love, I may hate, and vice versa, right? So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he decides which kind of fit the bill of being weird and bad. But let's go. This is going to be me reacting to a critique of the weirdest and worst baseball fields. Let's do it.
Back in the 90s, a trend started in Major League Baseball. Intentional use of odd dimensions for their fields. After decades of cookie-cutter, evenly laid out ballparks, fans started to embrace the idea of quirks, asymmetry, and odd bounces. Then, of course, there are ballparks that don't have another choice but to be terrible, like this god-awful mutation.
Terrible.
Just wait, there are ones that are somehow even worse than this. Critiquing the weirdest and worst baseball fields ever with special guest John Boy Media is coming up right after this. Real quick, many of these fields came from our baseball on Reddit. I'll link you to that community below, and this entire video was inspired by John Boy Media's tweet. So some of the ballparks came from replies to his awesome thread, and he'll be doing his favorite one later in the video. Let's get into it.
Wow. Oh man.
Affluence will not spare you from this list. Though in a rich suburb of Northern Virginia, W.T. Woodson High School has not only hideous dimensions, but the entire field is encompassed by a 20-foot tall fence. The curved track in center causes it to be 351 feet in the left field alley, 304 to center, and 305 to right.
But the thing is, I feel like those guys might have been limited by the space available to them, because it did look quite tight. I feel like they just didn't really have a choice in the matter.
Ah yes, beautiful Key West, Florida, the continental U.S.'s southernmost point. And to go with that distinction, some of the deepest power alleys I've ever seen. We're gonna assume it gets its odd shape from the fact that there is a football stadium mounted on top of this baseball field, but I think it would be fair to ask if you could play a fourth outfielder here.
Good question.
So around here, we love to talk about dual use.
Yeah, I've just never seen anything like this. So this is a football stadium and baseball field as well. It just looks so strange, but I guess you operate within the constraints in which you're placed, right?
Stadiums, but why not combine your football stadium, baseball field, school, and parking deck all in one and save us the time? Yes, that's what you're looking at here, as the 4-story high sports complex may be the somewhat coolest and most bizarre use of space I have ever seen. In left center, there is a home run well, which must feel great to plunk one in. I'm assuming the guy who designed this place also works for Topgolf?
Wow. What are they? Tell me I'm not the only one who's seeing these things. What do these things look like with these things in the middle?
Just what are we looking at here? Kermit the Frog getting shit piped, or does this outfield have and an unshaved
I
bush.
know, right? That's why I said.
Whatever it is, this high school field in Barnesville actually gets played on, and they can
Wow.
probably multitask by running 3 games at once. Obviously, nobody gives a shit around here about continuity.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see, what's worse here? Losing a foul ball to the ocean, the fact that the center field bleachers are inside the fence, or when you zoom out, the field ends up becoming the tip of a giant penis. No, this is not Penn Island.
Oh my god. I can't believe I didn't see that until he zoomed out. This one doesn't look too bad, to be fair.
Ooh, you gotta love this one. Shaped like a geometry problem where you had to prove your math to some asshole teacher. You can notice up at the top, the running track actually serves as the field's literal warning track.
Wow.
I wonder if they're running a track meet at the same time they have a baseball game. They have to open and close the gates each time the runners take a lap.
Oh man. This one looks a bit small.
All right, we got a lot to unpack here. First of all, it's 311 to left, 287 to center, and 464 to the right field alley,
Wow.
giving this checkmark shaped field a giant red X. And whoever gets assigned to right field duty better have some wheels.
Or maybe in a lot of these places baseball isn't played that much, I guess, but then I don't know.
Sure, the grass is nice here, but in right field and in play is a giant hill you would need to clear to go yard, and the center field scoreboard is actually in play. Also,
Wow.
I know this isn't the case, but optically it looks like this might be the first field to have a crooked right field line, you know, to include more playing area.
I like this one actually. It looks pretty unique.
Am I looking at Pocono Raceway or a terrible high school
It does look like Pocono, to be fair.
baseball field? You gotta love the awful dirt pit sliding areas, the D-shaped oval that allows for drafting during track meets, and the in-play rubberized track that probably yields Super Ball level bounces. What's also interesting is these outfield seats drop off about 3 stories down to the slanted road below.
Oh my god. Imagine you get the wind or you falling out. No thanks.
I don't know how resources work in North Dakota. I think they have plenty of oil, but I'm not sure if they have much fencing available, since at Thompson Public School, they are using the facade of the school itself as the
Wow.
jagged home run wall. Also, the goalposts appear to be in play. Man, if Vic Wirtz would put a charge in the ball, this might have happened to the Say Hey Kid.
Oof. Oh man. But I think another thing that has to be considered is the funding. You know, it could just boil down to money, right?
What happened here? This abomination looks like the front of a delivery truck. I guess that access road to the parking lot that also empties out into the street was way more important than a somewhat normal looking field. 279 to the left field gap, but 350 to center. Enough said.
I don't know. I'm still getting into baseball, right? But are there certain distances and things like that that are concrete that have to be a certain measurement? Because he keeps on bringing up, the distance and, the measurements. But it's like, if you can still play the game, does that stuff really matter? If you know what I mean?
Hey, this one might look similar to a couple other disasters on this list, but it's probably where the highest level of baseball is played at any facility you will see today. Canisius College in Buffalo plays in the D1 MAC conference on this f***ing field. The bleachers in right are basically in foul ground, so I guess a player could climb all the way up them to pull a Jeter?
Oh wow, it's a soccer pitch as well. Huh, I didn't see that.
Hide your recruits, Canisius is taking them all.
Looks like a nice area with loads of greenery.
If you look closely, the goalpost for the football field is planted squarely on second base. I guess you can use the same hole. Bleachers in center field? Why not? Infinite right field? You got it. Track running through left field? Play ball, bitches. I don't know if these are getting better or are they getting worse. This one has the town hall as the right field foul pole, 192 feet from home plate. Hey, there are no fences here. Assuming if you hit a ball that touches a leaf, that's a dinger. I find it ironic the town is named Braintree.
Why is he implying that brains weren't in use when this field was designed?
Here's a new one, a weird-ass looking ballpark surrounded by a moat. Okay, it's not an alligator and feces-filled ditch. They are the Conemaugh, Little Conemaugh, and Stony Creek rivers. Wow. A mini three-river stadium in Pennsylvania. I bet they get a ton of wet balls here.
Wow, okay. Even I can... Yeah, this one here... Ew.
What hath God wrought to bring us this hideous beast where monsters dwell in the shadows, waiting to consume unsuspecting baseball players chasing after frozen ropes in the gap? In center field, there is a sump drain where the clown from It lives. This place is outright creepy.
To be fair, that did look, even for me, novice. Nope.
I had no idea Pablo Picasso had designed a baseball field. And now let me turn it over to John Boy to tell you about his favorite weird baseball field.
El Camino.
A lot of weird fields got submitted through all this, but this one is by far one of my favorites. El Camino High School in South San Francisco. And you got a baseball field that they just stuck in between the football field
and the track.
A multitude of tennis courts. I don't think these basketball courts are being used.
No.
You probably could have put these over here because what you have here is 250 feet to dead center. And there's actually, if you can see, a bigger wall in dead center right here. That's a double. So you could hit a bomb. You could clear the trees. You could clear the tennis court. And you'd be standing right on second base. I don't even understand. Where's the center fielder play? Basically, if the center fielder doesn't play here every single time, that's just silly. I can't believe this is a real high school that really exists. Right next to a cemetery, too, so you can foul one into the dead. That's kind of cool. South San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
A lot of space here that seems like could have fixed this situation. Got to catch myself a game.
Thanks, John Boy. Here's our number one weirdest...
There did seem to be a ton of space on the right-hand side there. But maybe that only became available after construction of the baseball field had been completed.
First baseball field.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Well, I guess there are things you have to see to believe. And now you can tell all your friends about this f***ed up field in Oklahoma that's 264 feet down the lines and 606 feet deep in center. Remember to bookmark it in Google Earth. The name is Jelsma Stadium. And that does it. America's weirdest and worst ballparks, and you didn't even need to leave the house to see them. Please subscribe to John Boy Media and check out the video he made on his channel for more weird stadiums. And if you aren't already, subscribe to me for more sports facts and bad jokes. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to my next video.
That was a lot of fun. I definitely feel like money was probably the reason why a lot of these fields look the way they did. You know, just a lack of funding to maybe purchase more land. Maybe land wasn't available. Maybe baseball isn't widely played on a lot of these fields. Who knows? And you know, as a new fan of baseball, I think if I had a deeper knowledge of the distances and things like that, then maybe I'd have a bit more sympathy to 5 Points maybe, but I feel like he was definitely being a little bit harsh on some of these fields, but still really funny dude. Love this video, love his channel. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and keep throwing the recommendations my way. I know I say it all the time, but they genuinely help me out because if I know you enjoyed watching something, I'll definitely enjoy reacting to it. So like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, keep throwing the recommendations, and I'll catch you in the next one.